On today's show, time for some exercise. We show you a growing sport. Just be sure to have your dog along. We discover a winter hunt for hidden treasure.
There it is.
And meet a Minnesotan making a difference. Joe Dugan hopes to forever protect our wild places.
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hey everybody, Laura and I welcome you to the show.
Up first, if your cross-country skis aren't taking you fast enough, you may want to add some dog power. We're going to show you how to get started skijoring.
Good boy.
Skijoring is derived from a Norwegian word that translates to ski driving, using animals and skis as a means of transportation. And it's no surprise, based on our Scandinavian heritage, here in Minnesota, it's become a very popular sport. But how do you get started? Well, I'm here to take a lesson from a national champion, and I even brought my own sled dog. You ready, Bacon? Yes. All right, Tyler, so how do I get involved in this Scandinavian sport? It looks like it's so much fun.
It is. The first thing that you're going to need is a dog, because we're skijoring today, which is being pulled on your cross-country skis by a dog.
Where do you want to skijor? Because I'm assuming you want some groomed trails if you're going to have success, right?
That's right. You definitely want to have a groomed trail, but you can't go on every groomed trail. Three Rivers Park District has a handful of trails. You want to call ahead, make sure that it's okay that you have a dog on the trail.
Do you need a license requirement for your dog?
You should, depending on what city you are in.
Yeah, you want to look that up.
Yep.
I'm ready. So what do I need? What equipment do I need?
You know, pretty much whatever a skier would need to go out and ski on their own, that's what you're going to need on you. And then the apparatus to connect the dog to the skier.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got harnesses that we'll put on. The padded belt is going to go around your waist, and then you can step into the other loops, and then it just clips up front. We'll have a bungee that goes between us and the dog, stretch material in a harness and in the bungee, so that if there's a little bit of slack in the line and the dog takes off, he doesn't get hurt.
That makes sense. I also see you have a harness for the dog. You're not using a dog collar, which I'd imagine would be very important.
That's right. Having a specialty made pulling harness is important so that your dog doesn't get hurt.
So just as it's important that you have the right equipment, the dog also needs the right equipment.
I'd say it's even more important that the dog has the right equipment.
I agree. You want to keep your dog safe.
That's right.
Okay, well I have my boots, which I rented from Three Rivers Park District, Baker Park Reserve, and I'm gonna put these on and I think we're ready to go.
Awesome.
Should I grab my sled dog, Bacon?
Yes.
We'll start there?
Yes.
Okay. Go.
If you've got a treat in your pocket and your dog is treat driven, maybe you can get him to do a little, come on, let's go. A little pull in action like that.
There we go. Good job, Bacon.
Come on.
Good boy. Well, I don't think Bacon has enough horsepower, dog power, so we're gonna turn it up a notch. Who's our national champion we have with us?
This is my dog, Buddy.
Buddy, he's ready to go.
He is. He will do this until we hit the trail.
I think he's gonna be a little faster than Bacon.
He's ready to go. Since you're new to the sport, we've got a tether on you and a tether on me, and obviously Buddy's ready to go. So before you start off on skis, I'd say go out on your daily walks, teach him the commands to go, to slow down, to stop.
Buddy, you ready? I think he's ready. He's telling us, let's go.
Ready, buddy? Okay, let's go.
Here we go.
Up, up, up. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. Good boy. Easy, whoa.
So as you can see, skijoring is a wonderful way to keep you and your dog active in the winter months. But most importantly, just get outdoors. Let's go, buddy.
Good boy.
Coming up next, a mushroom hunter takes to the winter woods. And later, meet a Minnesotan making a difference.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, Rapala, Star Bank, and by Ice Castle Fish Houses.
Up next, a story about a mushroom that might be good for your health. Turns out chaga is also good for two Minnesota entrepreneurs. Travis Frank has the story.
At the self-proclaimed home of Bigfoot, signs and statues welcome tourists to the town of Reamer. Population 370. Come winter, life here freezes to a crawl, except at Ice Cube Enterprises. Inside, business heats up thanks to a fungus called chaga. Nicknamed the medicinal mushroom, people can't get enough of it.
Chaga is a mushroom that grows on birch trees. Highly medicinal, very high in antioxidants. It is going to get noisy in here.
In his one-room workshop, golden nuggets grind to grounds. Shane Dugan prepares chaga for buyers he'll never meet.
See, a lot of places in Europe, Holland is very popular, France, even Australia, Singapore, pretty much global. We sell it online, we sell it on our eBay store, on Etsy, Amazon, and through our store on Main Street.
Shane and his business partner Ted Frick sold their first bag of chaga back in 2011.
I don't think we ever have a down day, it's just nuts.
But it's never been about money.
If we make $500 a month each, we're doing good. It's because we believe in the product.
And its ability to help others. To better understand chaga, they take me to find it.
You have to have two things. You got to have birch trees and you got to have cold climate. What's today? I think we zoomed up to 2 degrees. One of 10,000 birch trees that actually has chaga on it.
It'll stick out from a tree like this almost. It'll be almost the color of my gloves, and the inside will be an orangish color.
In a sea of white birch, we scan for a black growth.
There it is. There's our little mushroom. When you find it, you're going, oh no, now the work begins.
It's got all the things we're looking for. The nice dark black crust and the burnt orange color of the core flesh.
It's like gold growing out here in the forest.
Yeah.
Well, feel the polish,
In the
huh?
bag she goes.
Chaga spores enter birch trees through wounds. Slowly, the mushroom grows.
20 to 25 years before it falls off the tree. We try to get there between year 10 and 17.
The birch tree is a healing tree. It's been considered sacred by the natives for many, many years.
There is a lot of hype about the product, but traditionally what it is an immune system stabilizer. It just makes your body work better. People who purchase from us use it for high blood pressure. It reduces high cholesterol. It's great for arthritis.
It's safe. I believe it's safe. I wouldn't make it if I thought it's just not worth someone getting sick. The good news is, for all the guys out there, keeps you regular, and there's nothing wrong with being regular.
Call me the chaga master.
The chaga master.
Look at that mammoth growth. That's a big enough chunk, right?
Yeah, I promised that. This has the potential of comedic relief. There There she be. That's what you're looking for. Nice.
I'll send you the bill for Travis's tree services.
You find it, you chop it up, you dry it, then we grind it up.
All that for a cup of tea.
We ended up with cinnamon, clove, and honey.
Chaga cheers.
Chaga cheers.
That's good. That's really good.
It's delicious.
In this tourist town, it's clear. Bigfoot takes second to a creature growing for all to see.
There's a little clearing down.
Coming up, an ode to an old form of winter hunting. But first, we walk the field with Joe Dugan, a man who hopes to protect Minnesota's prairies.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Cass Lake Chain of Resorts.
It's time to meet a Minnesotan making a difference. Ron Cherry introduces you to Joe Dugan, a guy who helped change Minnesota's wild landscape for the better.
If you know about ringneck pheasants, you might also know the name Joe Dugan. If not, what you need to know is Joe Dugan has helped create a lot of pheasants. He's also hunted quite a few and ate them too.
I like eating pheasants. It's probably one of the finest birds to eat.
Call it the perfect life calling. For 30 years, until retiring, Joe Dugan was a major player with the National Pheasants Forever organization. His job? Seeking corporate partners to join everyday pheasant hunters with the task of acquiring and preserving habitat for pheasants and other wildlife. Did he win the battle for more grasslands in farm country?
There's intense pressure on the environment, from agriculture to development of all kinds. There's two ways to look at it, I guess. One is, what if we hadn't done something? And the other is, does it matter? The longer I've been in this business, the more I see the interrelationships of the work we do in conservation for pheasants, for instance, for ducks, also affects fish, also affects big game, also affects water quality. There are some things that have changed and we aren't going to be able to get back. But to me, there's a lot of great opportunity to fix things, and there's opportunity to save things. I think it's important, and that was one of the other compelling parts to get involved, was we all need to give back in some sense. I got that from my mom and dad.
Joe Dugan gave back to his passion, making room for wildlife in our lives. In a word, restoring grasslands and pheasants in farm country.
If we don't have expanses of grass, undisturbed, unplowed, unmowed, pheasants will not survive. That same is said for all kinds of wildlife. The key focus is maintaining those grasslands.
There's no mystery. If you don't have grasslands, you don't have pheasants, and you don't have pheasant hunting.
For people who have not hunted pheasants, when you hear this raucous noise and the crowing of a rooster, cackling, leaping from the ground right from your feet, it's a rush.
Seeking the rush, seeking a future for ringnecks explains the life of Joe Dugan.
My dad said something to me a couple times in life, and it keeps ringing. He said, Joe, if there's something you want to do, you better go do it, because time does not stop.
Today in southern Minnesota, in Jackson County, there's a new 293-acre public hunting area, a wildlife utopia called the Joe Dugan Family Waterfowl Production and Wildlife Management Area. It's the frosting on a life filled with many awards for having a passion for wild things.
That was a very special moment. What we work for is a place for wildlife and critters to live.
All of which means the Joe Dugan family just got bigger.
Still ahead, a Minnesota-bound classic all about a not-so-quiet winter hunt.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Treasure Island Resort and Casino, Hewitt Docks Lifts and Pontoon Lakes, and by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
There's a little clearing down here. Let's check this out.
The sound of music, baying beagles to Doug Simons. And he's got an ear for what's happening.
Let's listen now and see what they're doing.
Simons and beagles are on a hunt for the elusive snowshoe hare. For beagles and bunnies, this is a chase as old as time.
They got a lot of heart, a lot of desire. They'll run all day long, 8-9 hours they'll run steady. And they'll go through deep snow, 16, 18 inches, and I've seen them run 4, 5, 6 hours in 18 inches of snow.
Simons has been infatuated with beagles for more than 10 years. It's like having Snoopy of comic book fame as a house guest. Some are pretty young, too. A day-old beagle pup already knows how to use its nose.
Nothing cuter than a beagle pup. Oh, God.
Friendly and pretty lovable. When they're hunting, they're pretty much all business, but they're great pets.
At his country home near Pillager, the beagles share the spotlight with another talented animal, jumping burros, who are not stubborn about going over a fence.
Get up, get up.
But it's a rabbit run that makes for a perfect winter day for Doug, son Nick, and for sure, the beagles.
As soon as I drop that tailgate and start making noise out here, then they know they're going hunting. That's what they love to do. That's what they're bred to do.
As for the snowshoe hare, it's a woodland animal that in wintertime turns as white as snow for camouflage. That's because it's also everybody's favorite meal.
Owls eat a lot of rabbits and coyotes and fox, but that's probably about it. Maybe a hawk or two. Hey, here, Nick, now this is an old rabbit track here that's melted out in the snow.
If there was a scent in those tracks, the wind today is making nose work tough for the dog.
A little breezy today.
And giving an advantage to the ghost-like snowshoes. But Simons has another reason for being out here on the winter trails. He hopes to pass on his beagling traditions to his 11-year-old son, Nick.
He's more into basketball and stuff, and I'm more into hunting, so when I go to his basketball games, I guess it's just like him coming out here and coming hunting with me. It's just time that we can enjoy each other's hobbies.
A whiff of Bunny and the beagles let out a howl. It sounds like a cry of delight. That's because a beagle's nose, experts say, is 1,000 times stronger than a human sense of smell. If it was the other way around, maybe we'd be running the trails.
Come on, Sadie! Here, 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 here! Come on! Here, 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 here! Well, we know we're in the right area at least. We got some rabbit scat here. Dogs aren't too far away either.
But alas, the winners today were the hares who left their snowshoe tracks and then disappeared. Disappeared while the beagles hunted for naught. But nobody seemed to mind. Not even the beagles.
Well, it's nice to be outside, get some fresh air, get some exercise. And it's nice and peaceful.
Peaceful when the beagle music plays.
Well, that about does it for us. We hope to see you back here next week.
In the meantime, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433.